Good morning, children. As we are going to begin a new week, I wish that the Lord goes before you this week and makes the rough road smooth. May His joy be your strength and His peace fill your heart. Welcome back to another session of accountancy. We have started the subject with the very first chapter called Introduction to Accounting. In our previous session, we had discussed the following topics: evolution of accounting, definition of accounting, accounting as a source of information. Let's have a quick recap over these topics once again before we start our today's class. Evolution of accounting. The history of accounting tells us that over the centuries, accounting had remained restricted to the financial record keeping functions of the accountant. The term financial relates to or involves money in an activity, event, or a task which is otherwise called as transaction. An accountant is a person whose job is to inspect or maintain financial records. Having said that, accounting had been restricted, therefore, the job of an accountant was merely bookkeeping. Bookkeeping is a transactional and administrative role that handles the day to day tasks of recording financial transactions, including purchases, sales, receipts, and payments. Due to the rapid changing business environment, the accountant had to force themselves to reassess their roles and functions both within the organization and the society. The accountant, adding to the job of bookkeeping, had to also perform the process of accounting. The role of an accountant had now been shifted from that of a mere recorder of transaction to that of a member providing relevant information to the decision making user. Accounting is more subjective, providing business owners with financial insights based on the information taken from their bookkeeping data. Broadly speaking, accounting today is much more than bookkeeping because they should also record the transactions, in addition to which they should also prepare the financial reports. And that's why we say that accounting is the language of business. Why? Because they communicate the financial information to the interested users. The next topic that we discussed was the definition of accounting. Accounting was defined by two sectors or two individuals. The first one being the AICPA and the other one was the AAA. Let us see the definition according to AICPA. AICPA stands for American Institute of Certified Public Accountant. According to them, accounting is the art of recording, classifying, summarizing in a significant manner and in terms of money, transactions and events which are in part at least of a financial character and interpreting the results thereof. This was the definition given to us by the AICPA. Let us look into the next definition, which is given by the AAA. AAA stands for American Accounting Association. According to them, accounting is defined as the process of identifying, measuring, and communicating the economic information to permit the informed judgments and decisions by the users of information. The simple meaning of accountancy is that accounting can be therefore defined as a process of identifying, measuring, recording, and communicating the required information related to the economic events of an organization to the interested users of such information. The last topic that we covered in our previous session was accounting as a source of information. We know that every step in the process of accounting generates information, and generation of information is not at all an end by itself. It means that it should facilitate the information among different user groups. Such information enables the interested parties to take appropriate decisions. When we say that every step in the accounting process provides information, we should understand that it should provide information for the following reasons. First one, provide information for making economic decisions. The next one is accounting is identified as the principal source of information. Third one is it should provide information for predicting and evaluating the amount. Fourth one, it should provide information for the judging management's ability to utilize resources effectively in meeting goals. The last second one is that the accounting information are factual and interpretive in nature. And the last one is it should provide information on the activities that is going to affect the society. These were the topics that we had covered in our previous session. In today's session, the following topics that we are going to discuss are the sub-disciplines of accounting, the characteristics of accounting, objectives of accounting, the role of accounting. Let us start with the first one, the sub-disciplines of accounting. When we talk about the sub-disciplines within the accounting discipline, it is nothing but the branches of accounting. There are three branches of accounting: financial accounting, cost accounting, and management accounting. In order to understand the branches of accounting, we need to know the individual meanings of each branch. When I talk about financial accounting, we need to understand the meaning of financial. Cost accounting, you need to know the meaning of cost. Management accounting, we need to understand what do we mean by management. Let us start the first branch of accounting, which is financial accounting. Having said the meaning of financial, what do we mean by financial, children? Financial means it relates to or involves money in any event, activity, or a task. In other words, if a business carries on any transaction, it should be in the nature of money. Okay, with this note, let us try to understand what is financial accounting. It is that subfield or branch of accounting which is concerned with recording of business transactions of financial nature in a systematic manner to ascertain the profit or loss of the accounting period and to present the financial position of the business. This is a meaning that I have given you. Let us try to break up the meaning in order to have a clear understanding. What does the first phase say? It is that subfield or branch of accounting. Try to understand. Financial accounting is a branch of accounting which is concerned with recording of business transaction. We know that accounting is a process where we try to record. Okay, one of the process in accounting is recording. Am I right, children? So, financial accounting is concerned with what type of recording? It wants to record the business transaction which is of financial nature. What do we mean by financial nature? That means it should involve money in any activity, event, or transaction. Am I right? So, any transaction in a business which is in the form of financial nature has to be recorded, and such type of recording we call it as financial accounting. Okay, so what is it? Recording of business transactions of financial nature, monetary nature, in a systematic manner. Very, very important. As and when the transaction takes place, you need to record them, which is nothing but the chronological order that we will be following. Okay, systematic manner is another word that you'll have to remember. To ascertain the profit or loss of the accounting period. What is the overall concept? When you are recording the transaction, what is the end outcome that you're going to focus on? That is to find out whether the business is at the profitable situation or it is undergoing loss. So what happens when you are recording business transaction which is of a financial nature in a systematic manner? The next thing, you're looking into the outcome. When I say outcome, you're going to ascertain the profit or loss. It could be for one accounting period. Okay, and also present the financial position of the business. Very, very important. When you are ascertaining the profit and loss of a business, you're basically trying to identify the position of the business as well. Yes, if it is a profit, that means you can say that the business is at the sound level. When I say sound level, yes, it is running at a very good position. If it is undergoing at loss, what happens in the next accounting period? You try to cut short the expenses so that you have more incomes compared to your expenses. So what happens? You are examining the financial position of the business. So let's read it once again, children. With these explanation, try to read the financial accounting meaning. It is a branch of accounting. It is more concerned with recording the transaction which is of financial nature. The recording should happen in a systematic manner. For what purpose? To find out the profit and loss of one accounting period, and also to find the financial position of the business. Yes, let us go to the next branch of accounting, which is the cost accounting. Financial word was much familiar to you all because we have used it in our previous session, and now even when I recapped, I told you all the meaning of financial. Cost is completely new to you all. You all don't know the meaning of cost. Let us first try to understand what is cost, and then we will try to understand what is cost accounting concerned with. Cost is an amount that has to be paid or spent to buy or obtain a product or a service. Now what happens, children? You know what is the meaning of business. A business is where an individual takes organized efforts or activities to produce a product or a service in return for a profit. Am I right, children? So what happens when he is producing a product or a service? He might incur some cost to buy the raw materials, to buy the machines, to he need manpower to work on those machines. So there are some expenses that he might incur. He might need to pay the electricity bill, he needs to pay the rent. So there are minute expenses as well as there are large expenses. So what happens? We have to find out the cost that a business is going to income. So I just want to recap with you all the meaning of cost. What is cost? What is the amount that we are going to spend or pay in order to buy a product or a service which is being given by the business? Okay, so let us try to understand what does cost accounting do with, or what is it more concerned with. Cost accounting, it is that subfield or branch of accounting which is concerned with ascertainment of total cost and per unit cost of goods and services produced or provided by a business firm. I told you all the meaning of cost. Cost is what? The amount that you are going to pay in order to buy a product or a service. So what does cost accounting do? It tries to record those transactions which is related to the calculation of overall cost, not just overall cost but also the cost of one product or service that a business is going to give it to the consumers. Okay, so let me take an example for you. I want to buy 6 books. Okay, in order to buy the 6 notebooks, what happens? I need to know what is the cost that I will be incurring. Okay, so what happens? First thing is, as a consumer, I want to find out the cost of one book, so that I can know the cost of the 6 books. So let me keep an example that one book cost me rupees 10, and in order to get the 6 books, the cost will be 60. Okay, so this is the small example that I gave from a consumer point of view. But what happens from a business point of view? In order to manufacture the books, what are the things that may need? They need to buy raw materials, they need the machine to bind the books, and at the end they also need a, to put all those labeling to make the book front page attractive. A lot of things needs to be added on. So what is the cost that they're going to incur to produce this product or service is what we will be recording in the books of accounts, and anything pertaining to this type of recording is what we call cost of accounting. Please remember children, cost is the amount that we are going to pay or spend in order to buy something. So cost accounting will be more concerned with about the cost that we are going to incur. It can be the total cost, and it can also be the cost per product or service. When I say per product, it could be for one product or service. If not, the total cost that a business wants to identify and record is what we call cost accounting. So let us read with this explanation. Try to read it, you will understand it much better. See here, it is that subfield or branch of accounting. Yes, it is the second branch of accounting. Cost accounting is a second branch of accounting. It is more concerned with what? To ascertain the total cost as well as the cost per unit of goods and services which is being provided by the business firm. Yes, we have made it clear. Now let us go to the last branch of accounting, which is management accounting. Now again, the word management is new to you all. You'll need to know the meaning of management. What is management? Management is the process of dealing with or controlling resources or people. Now get back to the meaning of example, the meaning of your business. Okay, and also the example that we came across. What is the meaning of business? An individual takes organized efforts or activities to come up with a product or service, and for which he wants a profit in return when he is selling them. So what happens? Management is where we try to deal and control the resources or the people for which we need to run the business. To run a business, you need machines, you need raw materials, you need even money, and then you also need human resources to work on them. So all these resources is basically you're going to deal with them and you're going to control them. Such type of recording, any aspect when you're trying to record them in the books of accounts is what we call it as management accounting. We'll try to see what the meaning says. Okay, what is management accounting? It is again the subfield or a branch of accounting which is concerned with the presenting the accounting information in such a manner that it helps the management in planning and controlling the operations of a business and also give a better decision making. Now what happens children? They are mainly focused on giving accounting information related to what? To help the management in planning and controlling. I know the resources that are there in an organization. Organization is nothing but your business. I know it could be your physical resources like missions, or it could be human resources like people whom you want to work on the missions. So what happens? Management helps them, having the accounting information. It should help the management in planning and controlling the operations. What do I mean by controlling the operations? The day-to-day activities, whatever happens, you need to have a control over those operations. Where are the resources going? How many resources I need to produce a product and services? What is the cost that I will be incurring? Or what are the resources I need to produce that particular product or services? So in order to find out all this, you need to record them in the books of accounts. And when you are recording this information, that is, this was the resources that I needed number of this was number of people I needed for this particular task. So what happens when you are trying to record all these aspects? It becomes management accounting. How? Because you are going to provide an accounting information which is going to help the management to plan. What do I mean by plan? They're going to decide something well in advance for the future period. Am I right, children? Planning is most of the time deciding what to do in advance, how to do it, where you should do it, how many resources you need. So basically, you're going to decide something well in advance, and also you're going to try to control them. How can you control them without not having any base? For which management accounting helps us to do that. It is going to prepare the accounting information in such a way that the management is helpful in planning and controlling the operations of a business, and also provide a better decision making. So what happens, we are able to take better decisions. It could be having the past year's details, or with the present year, whatever the financial accounting and cost accounting that we have recorded, we are going to provide the information in such a way that the management is helpful in taking decisions pertaining towards planning and controlling. Okay, to put it in short, just read the meaning once again, children. It is a branch of accounting. It is going to provide the accounting information in such a manner that it helps the management in planning and controlling the operations of the business, as well as for better decision making. What is the meaning of management? It is a process of dealing and controlling the resources and the people in a business firm. Okay, so these are the branches of accounting. The first one was a financial accounting. Much more to talk about the monetary transactions. Cost accounting, it was mainly concerned with the cost incurred by the business firm. When we talk about management accounting, it is much more how the accounting information is going to help the management in the process of planning and controlling, and also for a better decision making. So having completed this topic, let us go to the next one, which is the characteristics of accounting information. The qualitative characteristics of accounting information is nothing but the features of accounting information. In order to assess whether the accounting information is decision useful, it should possess the following characteristics. The first one is reliability. What do we understand by reliability? It means that the information must be based on facts and must be verified through source documents by anyone. It must be free from bias and errors. First, try to understand reliability is nothing but the users must be able to depend on the information. Now, what happens? We understood there are users who need the accounting information. It could be your business owners. It could be from the person who you have borrowed money to start a business. So, what happens? They want the accounting information. So, it should be reliable. What do I mean by reliable? The users must depend on the information that the business is giving. Okay, they should be reliable in it. When I have told that I have given you almost 1 lakh for you to start a business, how have you used this 1 lakh? Where have you used it? Have you used it to buy a machine? Have you used to buy an asset? So what happens? You want a proper accounting information, and most of the users will depend on such information, and it must be reliable in nature. The reliability of an accounting information is determined by the degree of correspondence between the information conveys and the transaction of the events that have been occurred. How can you say that an information is reliable? It's based on its occurrence. That's because an event has occurred, you have recorded it. Am I right, children? And when you are saying that a event has occurred, that means you need to have source of documents. That is why I have put onto my slide. Can you see there? It is put as, it means the information, it must be based on facts. When I say facts, it's nothing but based on the occurrence. Okay, if I have done a sales, that means what? I have received money and I've sold goods. Goods are going out of the business and money is coming inside the business. So what happens when I'm doing sales? I need to have a source document. I should have a sales invoice with me. Am I right? And it should be verified with source documents by anyone. It should be free from bias and errors. There should not be any errors. Yes, there should not be any frauds that's going to happen while you're recording the transaction. To put it in simple words, since the accounting information is much required by most of the users, be it internal or external, it should be reliable. When I say reliable, because information is recorded only when the event is occurred, that is when the facts have happened, and these event has to be supported with source documents. It could be like bills, and most of the time when you do a purchase, what happens? you're getting a product, that is you're getting a goods inside the business and you are paying money, so it serves you might get a bill. But from if you're selling the product, you need to have a sales invoice. So a few certain source of documents is very very important, and that's when we say that the accounting information is reliable. The next one is relevance. What do we mean by relevance? To be relevant, information must be available in time and must influence the decision of users by helping them to form prediction about the outcomes. Now, when I say relevant, you should understand that information should be available in time. As and when the users need the information, it should be available along with the source of documents. That's when we call it as reliability. Why was the first feature of accounting was reliability, children? Because any event happens, you need to have a source document. When you have done a purchase, you need to say that the money has gone out of the business. For what purpose? Because you have bought something. When I say sales has happened, that means the money should be in the business and you have to sell the products and the services. So source documents is very very important along with the event that is being occurred. So once it's reliable, it should be relevant. Why it should be relevant? As and when the users need it, it should be available for them. The main reason why it should be available for them is it helps them in prediction. Prediction is nothing but you are actually forecasting or looking forward how to carry out your business. When I say prediction, it is looking forward. This year this much of profit I've earned. Next year, you might try to increase the number of labors, or you might try to increase the number of missions with the required profit, and you try to run your business at a little higher level. So what happens? You're actually predicting, looking at the current information, you're trying to predict how your future is going to be. And also the feedback, you're going to see whether your products and services are sold at a higher rate. Are there any good feedbacks coming so that we can sustain in the market? So feedback is very very important and must influence the decision of the users. When you are predicting and when you are having the concept of feedback, what happens? You are actually influencing the decision of the users. The users are influenced by the events that is happening in the accounting period or the accounting information which you have showed. So relevance is very very important because the information should be available for the decision users, because they have to predict and they have to give a proper outcome which they have to focus on for the future period. Yes, so this is the first two one, reliability and relevance. Let us go to the next one, understandability. Very very important. The accounting information, yes, we are going to record it in the books of accounts. This information should be understood from both the sides. Internal users as well as the external users should understand the accounting information that you have prepared in order to take any decisions required in the future course of period. The information should be presented in such a manner that the users can understand it well. It is very very important because they are the ones who are going to take the decisions. They are the ones who are going to predict the future outcomes. So whatever accounting information is made available to them should be ease at understandability. It should be very easy for them to understand. The last one is comparability. What do we mean by comparability? The information should be disclosed in such a manner that it can be compared with previous year's figures of business itself or the other firm's data. You might have a competitor in the global environment. For example, you have started a business and after a few years of over a period of time, you will see another business of the same nature. So what happens? He becomes a competitor for you. So how are your accounting information going to be examined? You have to compare the previous years. If required, any situation comes to identify what are the profits and the losses that you have incurred in the previous year. It should be compared with the current year, and not just comparing it with the years. You might need it to compare it with the competitors who have come into the global market. So your accounting information should possess these characteristics. It's very very important. First is reliability, because the decision users are dependent on your information. Relevance, it should be made available to them as and when they require. understandability, because once the information is given to the internal users or external users, they should be they should be in the situation to understand the accounting information that you are presented to them. And the last one is comparable. You need to identify your financial position, you need to identify your business position, for which you need to compare. In the last year, what was the profits? This year, have you made more profit, or is it the same profit, or have you gone down? How can you examine this? Only when you try to compare it with the previous accounting information. It's not just comparing the previous accounting information or accounting information alone, but also comparing with the other firm's data. How are you different from the other firm? That is very, very important. So comparability is another feature of accounting information. So there are only 4 features, children: reliability, relevance, understandability, and comparability. Let us go to the next topic, the objectives of accounting. Very, very important. Yes, the basic objective of accounting is to provide information to the interested users. Am I right? It could be both external or internal. So therefore, the necessary information, particularly in case of external users, is provided in the form of financial statements. Okay, what happens when we talk about the objectives of accounting? What happens? It serves the purpose of information for the external and internal. And here we are mainly focused about the external users, because we need to prepare a lot of financial reports, a lot of financial accounts that we have to prepare in order to provide the accounting information to these users. So what happens? This gives us the purpose of the objectives of accounting. Yeah, this is the primary objectives of the accounting should have the following. What is the main objective of accounting? When you are providing the information to the users, what are the objectives that you have to look into? The first one is to keep systematic and complete record of financial transactions in the books of accounts according to the specified principles and rules, to avoid the possibility of omission and fraud. So what happens, children? You have to record them in a very systematic way. When I say systematic way, in a chronological way. As and when the business transactions are occurring, you need to record them in the books of accounts, and it should be a complete record. Okay, no transaction should have a incomplete in nature. It should be completely recorded of financial transaction. Very, very important. We have always told that accounting is a process which records, identifies, measures, and communicates those transactions which are of financial nature. Monetary nature is very, very important. It gets recorded in a systematic and complete record of financial transaction in the books of accounts according to the specified principles and rules. Whenever we are recording the transaction in the books of accounts, children, there are certain rules that we have to follow. We just cannot record the transaction as and when it is taking place. Yes, though we follow a chronological recording of transaction, you need to follow certain rules. What are the rules? We will be learning in our future classes, but principles and rules has to be followed whenever you are recording the transaction. So that is the very first objective. The next objective is, you have recorded it. You have done a systematic and complete record. What is the next objective? You have to ascertain the profit earned or the loss incurred during a particular accounting period, which further helps in knowing the financial performance of a business. What is the overall purpose for you to record? You have recorded as and when it has occurred. You have also given a complete record of the financial transactions, and you have recorded using the principles and rules in order to avoid any errors. So when you have done such a systematic way of recording, what is the overall concept? For you to ascertain the profit and loss of the business, you want to identify whether the business is facing a profit or facing a loss. That's when you will also understand the financial performance of a business. So first one is, you have to have a systematic and complete record, and after which you have done the recording, it should help us to ascertain the profit and loss, which will help you to examine the business performance. Yes, you need to know the level of business performance that you are at. Okay, so this is the first 2 objectives of accounting. The next one is to ascertain the financial position of the business by means of financial statements, that is, balance sheet, which shows the assets on one side and capital and liabilities on the other side. Now, having had a systematic and complete record of financial transactions, you have also tried to understand the profit and loss. I told you all that you should examine the financial position of the business. How will you do that? The business has to prepare financial statements like balance sheet. What is this balance sheet is? It will have the assets and the liabilities. Yes, children, for now just understand that one of the financial statement is balance sheet. In order to understand the in-depth meaning of what is balance sheet, what are the various financial statements, all this you will be learning it in the coming up classes. But now try to understand, you have made a systematic and complete record of financial transactions. You are going to ascertain the profit and loss, and the next objective of accounting as a source of information is, first one is what? It is to ascertain the financial position. You need to know whether you are running at a profit or not. You need to know whether the business is at a sound condition or not, for which you have done the previous two steps. This is the third objective. Let us go to the fourth one. To provide useful accounting information to users like owners, investors, creditors, bankers, employees, and government authorities, etc., who analyze them as per their requirements. Children, if you could see this objectives of accounting, children, it's all linked. It's like a storyline. If you could see, first one is you're recording the transaction in a systematic and a complete way. Am I right? And how are you recording it them? You're going to record them in a chronological order. As and when it takes place, you're doing it. The next one is you're recorded for what purpose? To find out whether the business is having a profit or a loss. What does the third objective says? Having identified whether it is a profit or loss, you're also understanding the financial position. How can you understand the financial position of a business? By preparing certain financial statements like balance sheet, profit and loss account, etc. Once this is prepared, what is the purpose of accounting? It should make the information available to the users. Who are our users? Owners, of course, business owners, investors, creditors, banks, employees, and government authorities. These are the common users who completely rely on the accounting information that you have prepared. So remember, objectives of accounting, it's like it's linked. You prepare, you record it. After recording it, you find the profit and loss. After finding the profit and loss, you try to see where your financial position is, for which you're preparing the financial statements. And this financial statements, whatever is prepared, it becomes the accounting information, which is available to the users. And who are our users? Owners, investors, government authorities, employees, and n number of people. Yes. So this is to do with your objectives. The last topic for today's class is role of accounting. Okay, how does accounting has a vital role in today's organization or in today's period? The first one is as a language. What do we mean by as a language? We've been telling it from the very beginning of our class. Even in our previous session, we had accounting is the language of business. It is perceived as a language of business which is used to communicate information on enterprise, because it's helping us to communicate the financial information to its users. That's why we say that it serves the purpose as language. The next one is as historical record, that is chronological record of financial transactions. So what happens? Chronological record of financial transactions of an organization at actual amounts involved. So what happens as and when you are, as and when the transactions are taking place, you are recording them. You're not just recording to meet the present situation, but also for the future situation. When you are starting the next accounting period, you want to compare it. You're going to compare it with what? You're going to compare it with the previous year's financial information. So what happens? It's basically historical in nature. Maybe the first year it will be new for you. The first year of preparing the accounting information is new. But for the second year, the first year's information becomes a historical data for us, and that's why we say that it is as a historical record, because we try to compare it with the future, with the previous period, and also for the future outcomes. The next one is as current economic reality, determining the true income of the entity. So what happens when I say accounting serves the purpose of identifying, measuring, communicating? For what purpose? In order to determine the true income of the entity. Entity is nothing but business, children. Another word for business is entity. So what happens when I say current economic reality is nothing but it helps us to identify what is the income that we are getting. It could be for the present period, or we are going to look into the present period, compare it with the previous period, and see what can be done for the future. What can be, what are the expenses that can be cut down for the future course of time. So it helps us to, the role of accounting. The third one is current economic reality is nothing but helps us to determine the current position of the business. The next one is as information system, the channel of communication between different users. Why do we say it is an information system? Because we know that there are two types of users. You have the internal users as well as the external users. So what happens here? The channel of communication between different users, not just internal users are focused here. It also serves the purpose of providing accounting information to various external users. The external users could be the one from whom you borrowed the money, the lenders, investors, consumer groups, auditors, customers, governments. All these are your external users, and it serves the channel of communication. Yeah, you have to communicate this accounting information to the external users as well. The last one is as a commodity. Specialized information is viewed as a service. This information, children, this information serves the purpose as a commodity. Yes, most of your decisions is pertained to the accounting information, and these accounting informations are nothing but the transactions that have been occurred during the course of period. Am I right? So this information serves as a purpose of commodity. It is available for n number of users. It could be internal as well as external. So to glance with you all the role of accounting, please see. The first one is language. When I say language, it's for the internal users. It serves the purpose of internal users, like your owners are keen about the profits that they're going to get, and then what are the incomes that they are more keen about it. So it serves the purpose as language, as an historical record, because it is going to as it is recorded as and when it takes place. If you want to have a if you want to glance your previous transactions, that previous transaction becomes an historical record by its nature. Current economic reality is nothing but it helps us to identify the current income of the business. Information system, it's the language for the internal users as well as and communication link for the external users. And then commodity, information by itself becomes a commodity as it is used by the n number of users. With this, we complete our today's class, children. Any doubts pertaining to our today's class, you can get it clarified in our subject group. Thank you, children. Have a wonderful day.